Welcome to today's conference call. Now turn you over to your host, Danny Brunner.
Hey, everybody. Thank you all for joining the call today. On the call will be President Scott Coker, featherweight champ Patricio Pitbull, Daniel Strauss, lightweight champ Will Brooks, Marcin Held, Bobby Lashley, and then we're still waiting on James Thompson to join. Bellator 145 with a vengeance is only 8 days away. If you can't make it down to the Scottrade Center in St. Louis on November 6th, you can watch the event live and free on Spike, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. We've got an amazing fight week lined up for St. Louis. It's going to be packed with events for fans and media alike, so keep an eye out for the fight week schedule to go out this afternoon. Yesterday, we did announce a huge addition to our official Fan Fest, and he's been kind enough to join us for a brief statement. He won't be able to stick around for questions, so without further ado, let's turn the call over to Mr. Kurt Angle.
Hello, everyone. This is Kurt Angle. I just want to say how excited I am to participate in the Bellator Fan Fest. It's going to be at Dave & Buster's. There's a ton of amazing fighters, past and present, that I'm looking forward to spending time with. All the speculation on the internet yesterday, it was a lot of fun to read. I had a lot of fun doing that. There are definitely a few intriguing matchups for me and anyone else to watch, especially Pitbull versus Strauss. That's going to be great. And one of my favorites, Bobby Lashley versus Thompson. For now, I will see all you at Dave & Buster's next Thursday for the Fan Fest. And I'm looking for a great night. I'm looking forward to an incredible night at the fights at Bellator with a vengeance.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate you coming on, and we look forward to seeing you as well. So,
yeah, thank you, guys.
Right on, Kurt.
So with that, I'm going to go ahead and I've just been informed that James Thompson has joined our call. With that, I'm going to go ahead and turn the call over to Bellator MMA President Scott Coker.
Thanks, Danny. First of all, I'd like to thank all the media for joining us on today's call. Bellator with a Vengeance is a card I'm really excited about. This event features fighters that are top of their game in respective weight classes. And most of these guys have been around a long time here at Bellator and really started their careers here at Bellator. They're the backbone of this organization, and they bring out the heat every time I've seen them fight in the cage. So I have no doubt next Friday on Spike TV, 9 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, the fans are going to get some amazing action from start to finish. Again, we have some big fun announcements to make on that night, but for the time being, let's focus on the stars of our show. They're on the call today. And at this point, we'll just let the guys make a couple opening remarks, and we'll get right into the questions. Danny, I'll pass it back to you.
Yeah, fantastic. So we are going to open it up for some brief opening remarks from each fighter. If you guys have questions, if the media have questions, please press *1 on your keypad, and the operator will put you into a queue. With the opening statements, we're going to go ahead and get started with featherweight champion Patricio Pitbull. Patricio, do you want to make your opening comments?
Okay. I'm very happy for being here and talk to you guys about everything that's been going on. It's a very important moment for us.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to opening comments for Daniel Strauss.
Well,
Daniel, go ahead.
Yep. Hey, I just wanted to say it's a pleasure to be a part of this. This fight. It's going to be a big card. It's a pleasure to headline it. It's going to be it's a really dope fight with me and Patricio. We have history. I know the fans are excited. I'm excited. My whole team's excited. So I'm just looking forward to getting back in the cage and going home with that belt. I just want to thank Bellator for supporting me and Scott and everything, and all the fans that are going to be watching.
Great, thank you. And we're going to go ahead and turn it over to your training partner, lightweight champ Will Brooks.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Will Brooks, and I just wanted to say, just really excited about this card. it's going to be a great opportunity to go back out to St. Louis. I didn't fight on the last St. Louis card, but it was an incredible turnout. A lot of great fans, a lot of great fights that night. And I'm really excited about being able to get back out there and actually this time being able to compete. And I look forward to going out there and being who I am and coming out with a win.
Fantastic. And Will's opponent next week will be Marcin Held. Marcin, if you want to give your opening comments.
Hi, everybody. I'm really excited. I will fight soon. My preparation are good. Today I do the last hard training. I think everything is great, and I can't wait for this fight against Will Brooks.
Great. And then also on this call, we've got Bobby Lashley and James Thompson. This will be a rematch. We've tried to schedule this a few times, and it's finally come to fruition. So let's get Bobby Lashley's opening comments.
How's it going, everybody? It's Bobby Lashley. Just want to say thank you for having me on this conference call to talk about these fights. St. Louis, love being in St. Louis, love the crowd that we had last time. Hopefully we'll do a little bit better this time because we have a great card. And happy to be fighting with my fellow ATT family over there. So I'm excited about this fight. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And then lastly, we'll turn it over to James Thompson for his opening remarks.
Everyone. Looking forward to the fight. It's been a long time in coming. It really has. I've had to pull out. Bobby's had to pull out. And we're both going to want this. I mean, it's called vengeance. I want vengeance. Due to the fact that Bobby broke my face last time. It was a very close fight. He broke my face, and I really owe him for that. I got the victory, which he's going to want to take back. So he sets up for a good fight. I've been training hard at Team Takedown. I'm ready to, come my 100%.
All right, fantastic. And I'll remind the media to please press *1 on your telephones to ask questions to these great fighters. And Mr. Coker, go ahead and press *1. And at this time, operator, do you want to turn it over to the first question?
Our first question comes from R.C. Samo with Fanboy Nation.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you today? My question comes to Bobby Lashley and James. It's been a long time coming. You guys have been training and gone through camps for it. How has this affected How has this affected you guys mentally in this long-awaited rematch?
Well, it's been building and building. I can't wait to have this fight, beat Bobby up, and then actually face someone else. Do you know what I mean? Because it's been such a long time. But good things come to those who wait. The fans have definitely waited. Now I'm ready to deliver the goods. Do you see how I tied that in there? That was good, wasn't it?
Okay. Yeah, no, I think it's fine. I'm pretty excited about the fight also. I've been going through a great training camp. I'm not going to be the one to sit here and run my mouth like he's obviously going to do this time like he always does. But, I'm happy to fight James. I think this time maybe he went through a training camp, so he won't back out this. Next week's going to be fun. We're going to get some things settled. If he thinks you're going to beat me up, I'll be there waiting.
Oh, it's exciting.
Our next question comes from the line of Dave Meltzer with Wrestling Observer.
Yeah, is Kurt there?
Oh, Dave, Kurt's not taking questions on this call.
Oh, okay. I actually just talked to Bobby, so that's actually the person who I want to talk to. But I guess with Scott, what when it comes to Kurt, what type of, do you have any kind of plans with him? Is it just a fan fest type of thing, or is there any other details?
This is MMA. We're fighting MMA. We're not doing WWE wrestling. This is MMA. Ask your MMA question.
I did. I was asking what is Scott on the call?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I was just asking, is there any plans as far as Kurt aside from the Fan Fest? Is there kind of long-term things as far as doing PR for the organization, or or what does his deal kind of entail?
Yeah, we're going to address this at a later time. I want to keep this call strictly to next week.
The fight and the event.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to have offline conversations later.
Said that from the start.
All right, operator, we'll go to the next question.
Our next question comes from the line of Luke Thomas with MMAfighting.com.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and thank you for taking my call. Will, I'll go to you first. You sound a little chippy. How are you feeling 8 days away? Are you feeling like you're getting the requisite kind of attention and promotion that you feel like you deserve as the lightweight champ?
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, I don't even care anymore, man. I'm here to do my job. You know, I got my fiance here. I got a baby on the way. The only thing I'm focused on is making sure I put enough money in the bank to supply the lifestyle I want to supply for my daughter. As far as getting attention as the lightweight champion and all this other stuff, I don't care what they do anymore. I'm going to go out there and compete. The one thing that I've recognized in the whole entire equation of this whole the politics and promoting this guy, promoting that guy, the one thing that nobody can ever change is us actually having to go out there and compete and fight. And that's the one thing that I can control, and that's what I'm going to go out there and do. So that's all I'm focused on. I'm chippy right now. This is our job. This is my livelihood. This is my money. This is it, man. So yeah, I'm chippy right now. I'm ready to hurt somebody. I'm ready to go.
Second question, if I can follow up with you, Will. A lot of times you see these grapplers, maybe like Imanari or some other one, maybe Dean Lister, where, at least in the MMA context, if you shut down their leg locks, the rest of their grappling game falls apart. Do you believe Held is like that, or do you believe if you shut down his leg locks, he's still got a wider attack in the grappling department that you have to be concerned about?
No, I think he's very one-dimensional. I think he's a leg lock guy, and he's invested a lot of his time into that. If he decides that he wants to try and, you know, after I defend his leg locks and beat him up and punch him in the face and hurt him, if he decided that he wants to try to roll to something else, and I'll just continue to beat him up because I don't think he's put his mindset into being an overall MMA fighter like I have, and that's what I've continued to do. So I'm just going to go out there and do my thing, you know, and we'll see what happens.
If I can, just a couple more here. One for Daniel Strauss. Daniel, in your mind, obviously you and Patricio have history. That is, I mean, that's a statement of fact. But to what extent, in your mind, are the first two fights relevant to this one?
I don't think it's relevant at all. I mean, each fight is a new fight. Every time we step in there, it's a new fight. You know, you're going to see something new, see something different. Every time I fought him, it's been a close fight. You know, at least on my aspect, I think I've done what I needed to do until, you know, the first one, I felt like I had won that fight. The second fight, obviously, I came up short. I never bitched or bragged about it, but, you know, I came in there, I fought hard. You know, I hurt him. He's never once hurt me. And, you know, so like I said, every time we fight, it's always a new opponent.
And then lastly for Scott Coker, if I can. Scott, are you angling for the winner of this Thompson-Lashley fight to be matched up with Kimbo?
You know, that's definitely an option, but there's nothing that's, you know, written in stone. I mean, you know, we like to go look at the performance of the athletes, and then we'll shuffle the deck and we'll talk to Kimbo. I mean, he'll be there that night, and that's a good possibility, but it's not written in stone.
Great, thanks.
Thank you, operator. We'll take the next question.
Our next question comes from the line of Jeremy Klump with Fan-Sided Cages.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on, and hope everyone's doing good. This is for Pitbull. Someone just asked, obviously, about the first two fights, so my question kind of goes into the third one. I mean, you beat him twice now. Any prediction different for this third fight, or how different the fight's going to go?
Eu tive duas lutas contra o Strauss. Na primeira eu dominei completamente, não tive nenhuma complicação nessa luta. A segunda foi já mais apertada. Ele conseguiu me acertar, teve alguns golpes ilegais também, não intencionais, mas isso me prejudicou no meu desempenho. Dessa vez ele não vai conseguir me acertar como ele me acertou na outra luta, ele vai ser totalmente diferente. Eu vou acabar uma vez com todos os nossos negócios. The first time I fought Strauss, I dominated him completely. I had no trouble during the fight. The second time it was a little bit closer. He got some good shots in, I got some good shots in. He hit me with some unintentional illegal blows. I know he didn't need to, but it messed up my performance. And this third time, I'm going that I'm not going to let him do anything of that. I'm not going to give him any space, and I'm going to put an end in our history once and for all.
Yeah, just to follow up off that, if you don't mind. I mean, obviously after you beat him here, your prediction, what's next for you? I mean, you've pretty much beat everyone, and you've been on a tear here. So what do you think would be next for you in Bellator?
For me?
Bellator. Will Brooks, Rachel, Akana, no bom. Will Brooks, Daniel Rachel, George Calcani, and Bacanero.
Stop, man. Don't embarrass yourself like that, bro. Don't stop. Man. Like, for real, stop playing. Like,
what do you think, Brooks? What do you think, Brooks?
This dude, like, he's ridiculous, man. He's not what he believes he is. What he's doing is he's trying to make himself relevant. He sees another guy that is actually, like, a skilled fighter that's actually performing, who doesn't have to go out there and have to get beat up and thrown all over the cage, and then all of a sudden have to be that kid. I go out there and dominate fights. I beat dudes up. When's the last time you see me have a fight? Since 2013, when I had my first loss. When's the last time you saw me just get beat the fuck up, and then all of a sudden have to try to make a comeback? Dude, you're a clown. You and your sister, Patricky, both of you dudes talk so much on Twitter and all this other stuff, but when you see me in person, it's the same routine. You look down at the floor. You try to hide in plain sight. You're both clowns, man. Just go ahead. You and your sister could just sit around and talk on Twitter, but leave me alone, man. You don't want those problems.
Who wins? You guys fight. Who wins? Your prediction.
I will beat the shit out of that dude, man. I will beat his ass, and then I'll let him tag his brother in, and I'll beat his ass. And then their interpreter and all their whole squad of people, I'll let all of them tag each other in, and I'll just have a night of just whipping their asses.
I like it. Thank you for your time, guys.
Very fun, you are.
Once again, if you'd like to ask a question, please press star and the number 1 on your telephone keypad. That's star and the number 1. Our next question comes from the line of Eddie Goldman with No Holds Barred.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. First question for Daniel. Daniel, you were one of the fighters that were profiled in the new book Beast by Doug Molino that just came out, and an excerpt was sent out to the media, and I felt that actually was the best MMA book that I've ever read. Can you talk about the impact of having so much of your true background life story told in that book publicly?
I mean, that hasn't impacted me in any way, for real. I mean, I've always been a private person. That's just what it is. That's who I am. You know, I don't feel like, you know, everybody needs to know everybody's business, just like I don't walk around being in your business. But it's also been it's been all right. You know, fans are taking well to it. Media's taking well to it. I think Doug did a great job with the book. I also had other teammates, you know, that participated in it that, you know, you got to read a little bit about their background and, you know, get a little mindset of where we're coming from and what we're trying to do. You know, a lot of people see us out here just fighting and living a certain lifestyle, thinking that everything's gravy and all that, but it's not. You know, it's been a long road for me. It's been a long road for the rest of my teammates. So people getting to read that and see that, I just think, you know, as long as they take it the appropriate way, you know, then I don't mind having it out there.
Yeah, Daniel, on this fight, on this third fight you're having with Pitbull, what do you think you won the first fight? What do you think you have to do differently in this third fight to get a clear-cut victory in terms of your strategy and how you approach it?
I think I just have to put them away. I mean, there needs to be no more questions asked. We all, you know, seen what happened in the second fight. A lot of people don't remember this first fight. You know, it went back and forth. It was a great fight. I've never taken anything away from him. But for me, I just don't feel like he's the better man. I don't feel like he's the opposing, or I don't feel like he's a big threat in any way. Like I said, in both of our fights, if you go back and look, he's never hurt me once, but I've hurt him. I've broke him. At the beginning of that fight, he wanted to stare me in my eyes. And just like Will said, by the end of that fight, all he was doing is looking at the ground. You can go back and see that. That's fact. So you know, like I said, I just need to put him away and call it quits.
Thank you very much. This is what I've been saying, man. Like think about this. That dude has spent more time talking trash to me than he has been worried about his own fight. The dude is he's filled with fear, and it's showing. Every time he mentions my name, every time his sister mentions my name, it's them projecting their fear. They don't want to worry about it. He doesn't want to have to worry about Daniel getting out there and putting his foot on his neck again. And this time actually closing the deal, he's worried about it. He's nervous. He's scared. So this is why he turns his attention to me, because he knows that him having to fight me is so unrealistic. So now he can put his energy into that. Now he can deflect his nervousness and his fear into a different direction. Him and his sister are a bunch of clowns, and they're fearful. They're pussies.
Will, do you think that Daniel is going to beat Pitbull in this third fight?
Yes, I believe that. I will bet the house on it. I've watched Daniel get better every single fight. I've seen Patricio be the same dude every single fight. He's a punching bag. And the only time he actually has an opportunity to beat someone is after they beat him up, and then they get tired and they're like, oh, well, what the hell do I do next? I beat this dude up. And then they slip up and make a mistake, and he capitalizes. That's not fighting. That's not being a dominant fighter. That's being a walking punching bag that's just getting lucky. And this time around, he's not going to get lucky. I've been training with Daniel. We've been working overtime in the gym. Daniel's been helping me get ready. I've been helping him get ready. We're going out there to close deals. That's it. And that is, again, why Patricio is more worried about what I'm doing, more worried about wanting to talk about me than he is about Daniel.
And Patricio, do you want to comment on some of that, some of what Daniel and Will said to expect in this third fight?
E o Brooks, você tá nervoso, tenha calma, cara, você vai infartar o coração. E o Brooks, you're nervous, calm down, guy, you're gonna have a heart attack.
What is that? What are you saying? Shut up. That's stupid. That shows your stupidity. Like you can't think of something real to say, so you go to the plan B. They're nervous, they're scared. Let's just repeat what they're saying. Shut up, man. Like, just stop. Just shut your mouth. Go be a walking punching bag. And when Daniel decides to clean up and put you out to misery, just be ready.
Viu, Brooks? Ei, cala a boca, porra. Eu tive a vida do seu amigo nos meus braços. Eu fazia com que eu quisesse. Eu bati nele 2 vezes, você quer bater nele?
What are you saying? What are you saying to me? I don't know what you're saying to me. What are you saying? Stop it. Look, tell your brother to loosen up your dog collar. That's what the problem is. You and your brother got your dog collars too tight. Y'all all tense. Y'all all caught up in yourselves. You know, you gotta relax, man. Be easy.
All right. Let's give Patricio and his translator a chance to speak, please.
Why? So they can say more dumb stuff? Like, nobody wants to listen to stupidity.
Esse cara não deixa ninguém falar, vou falar como, deixa ele falar aí, as alneiras dele, ele faz isso todo dia no Twitter. Ele xinga todo mundo, ele fala de pessoas de outros esportes. Ele é um cara infeliz na vida dele, ele só procura defeito da vida dos outros. E ainda fica dizendo que sou meu irmão. Ele tava procurando um desafio, eu ofereci ele um. E ele achou ruim por isso. Então para de chorar, porra. This guy doesn't stop talking, so how the hell am I going to talk here? He was always complaining about life. He's challenging people from other sports. He's always talking crap on Twitter, and he said it to me and my brother. All that I did was a challenge he made. He was asking for a fight. Instead, my brother would step up, and he got mad. Você tem desafio duro pela frente. Marcos Renato vai quebrar o seu joelho para a redução. Você está muito lá na frente. Calma aí, cara. Tem um tempo para defender. E eu tô pensando em Strauss. Pensa no teu adversário também. Faz isso. É bom para tua saúde. Stop crying, man. And you have a tough opponent ahead of you. Marcin Held is a very tough fight. And you have to focus on him. I have my focus on Strauss. I have no set in anyone else. And you should do the same. But don't worry.
If that's the case, then why? If that's the case, then why are you always talking about me? If that's the case, if you're worried about Strauss, there's literally 2 or 3 weeks where I was the only subject that you and your sister could talk about. Shut up.
All right, guys. Operator, if we can go to the next.
Our next question comes from the line of Luke Thomas with MMAfighting.com.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I guess, Will, if I can go to you one more time, there's been some discussion generally about your place, and that there's some belief that if you beat Marcin Held and defend your title, that you'd be sort of consensus, maybe top 5 at lightweight. Where do you believe a win over him puts you generally in the lightweight space?
I honestly have no idea, man. I've never really worried about that. I typically let, media outlets like yourself and the fans and whoever controls all those decisions deal with that stuff. All I can do is go out there and just continue to perform, man, and go out there and continue to win. In my mind, I figure as long as I go out there and I compete, I'm entertaining, I try to do some things, I bring new things every single fight and entertain the fans, entertain the media, and I just continue to win. Whatever success after that comes, it comes, but all I can do is I can only control what I can control, and that's going out there and fighting,
And then one more for Scott Coker, if I may. Scott, with the departure of Glory from Spike, does that mean Bellator Dynamite shows won't have any more kickboxing?
Look, I'm happy to have an offline conversation with you about that, but we're still talking internally about how we're going to handle that, but there's nothing decided yet.
Okay, thanks.
Our next question comes from the line of Steve with MMAmania.com.
Thank you, operator. My question is a two-part question for James Thompson. First of all, can we expect to see some gong and dash from you in this rematch? And secondly, how do you respond to the accusation there was favoritism in the scoring the first time you two fought?
Oh yeah, no, that's top secret. I can't be giving out privileged information like that. And the second part of the question, was there favoritism? I don't know. I didn't know the judges. They saw it, how they saw it. It was a close fight. I mean, I've said that right from the start. I watched the fight. Bobby did a whole lot more damage than I did, but I controlled the fight. The judges saw it, how they saw it, and that's it. I'm not sure what else to say. We both got. I'm not 100% happy with that win because it was so close. I think Bobby's a decent fighter. He's done well. He's improved so much, but he hasn't tested himself. He'll come into MMA. He'll beat a couple of nobodies. He'll go back, put on some sparkly tights, and pretend to hit people with chairs. That's his thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I definitely this time out want more of a dominant win.
All right, thank you.
Our next question comes from Josh Connor with MMAbro.com.
This question's for Will. Will, can you speak to how pending fatherhood has perhaps changed your mindset and raised the stakes going into this title defense compared to title defenses in the past?
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like I'm a different person right now. My attitude is different. I'm really understanding the real importance of life. At first, when I first got the title, I was really excited about being a champion of an organization and, fighting these fights and, holding that position as a champion. But, since day one of finding out that, I've got my first child on the way, it just changed my whole entire mindset. It changed my approach to the way I train, my approach to how I carry myself at home or with other people in my everyday life. And it's changed how I'm going to approach this fight. I have to understand that I'm not fighting for myself anymore. I'm not fighting just for my fiance and just to pay our bills. I'm fighting for my princess. I'm fighting to protect my princess and protect her future and give her the opportunity that I didn't have as a child to, accomplish every single goal that she sets for herself. And, it's my job to make sure that she feels that she'll have every opportunity to do whatever she wants in life. So that's where I'm at now. So going into this fight, it's definitely a different mindset for me.
Thanks. Just one follow-up for Scott Coker, if I could. Scott, this will be Bellator's fourth card on ESPN Deportes and streaming on ESPN3 since Dynamite 1. Can you talk about the strategic impact you've seen from that young partnership and the role fighters like Emmanuel Sanchez at this fight card will be playing in growing that Hispanic demographic?
Yeah, I mean, ESPN has been a great partner. If you've noticed, you've seen a lot more of our digital pieces on ESPN.com and ESPNDeportes.com. It's great promotion for the company, and we're going to have a meeting with him in a couple of weeks and take this partnership to the next level.
All right, thank you very much.
Our next question comes from the line of Heath Boots with MMAMayhemRadio.com.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. This question's for Marcin. It wasn't too long ago that people kind of dubbed Will Brooks as kind of like a dark horse to beat Chandler. Just for the record, I wasn't one. I kind of saw that coming. And in your mind, do you think?
Nah, don't try to BS us, man. Don't be trying to get in brownie.
No. I got you coming back, man.
I'm just messing with you, man.
It's all good. In your mind, Marcin,
sorry, guys. Sorry, could you repeat the first question because my English is not very good and I didn't understand what you said.
It's all right. Yeah, it wasn't too long ago that people kind of dubbed Brooks as a dark horse to beat Chandler. But in your mind, do you think that people see you as a dark horse in this fight? And if so, do you enjoy playing the role as an underdog?
Yes, it is good for me. I mean, Will Brooks, he's a champion. He's much higher in ranking than me. So I like situation like this, so that the winning can give me a lot. So it's good. It's good situation, and I feel good with this.
All right. And you think with all this during this call, all the smack talk that Will's been doing to Pitbull, do you think he's kind of underestimating you?
I mean, no, I don't care about this. I don't like the talking like they do. I don't like this when the fighters say something wrong about the other fighters, because for me it's just a sport here. I'm a sportsman and I'm not a showman, so I will not do something like this. If they want, they can.
All right, thanks.
All right, operator, we'll go to our next question.
Our next question comes from the line of Eddie Goldman with No Holds Barred.
Thank you very much again. I have a question for James. You seem to, from what I understand, even though you've been fighting in MMA for a long time, have changed as a fighter over the last couple of years despite the injuries. And could you talk a little bit about some of your catch wrestling and submission training that you've done in recent years?
It's MMA, isn't it? Mixed martial arts. Everyone's looking to try and get that bit better, and you've got to keep pushing it. These new guys coming up all the time, and you've got to keep evolving. Everyone sees what happens to fighters who don't evolve. So, I really feel, I'm 36 now. I feel physically great. My problems have been more mentally. Not so much with the fighting, but kind of with life outside that, getting sidetracked in various ways. So, the best thing for me is to keep myself busy, and MMA's what I love to do, and there's so many different things, and I think so many different ways the sport can be improved by fighters getting better. One of them is catch wrestling. I think that's a great discipline which is really underused. So I did a bit with Josh Barnett a long time ago, and then recently I've done some more stuff with some other guys. I really enjoy it. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Trying to kind of get better and improve your knowledge base. So I've done the homework, so I'm looking forward to showing that November 6th.
And Bobby, could you comment on that? Because I think you're coming in with a stronger traditional wrestling base in history, but catch wrestling is emphasizing the submissions from many different angles. Could you talk about that, how you're prepared for that, obviously under MMA rules?
Of course, I've been training a lot. I've been training for this fight, so I'm ready for any situation that we go into. I've been doing, jiu-jitsu or catch wrestling, whatever you want to call it. I've been training with Josh. I just got back from training with Josh, and I trained down here at ATT with a lot of great guys, with a lot of great jiu-jitsu guys. And my partner that's fighting on the same card with me, Alex Hiddleston, he's a high level jiu-jitsu guy also. So we do a lot of ground stuff. I mean, that's been a main part of my game. I'm not going to change it. I mean, the wrestling, the ground and pound, and the submission is what I do. I like to go down the ground. So if we go down there, I'm completely prepared to do some war on the ground.
All right, great. We've got time for one more call. Operator, if you want to connect us with our last question.
And our last question comes from Heath Boots with AngryMarks.com.
Yeah, Bobby, do you think this fight will get you closer to a title fight? Someone earlier mentioned possibly the winner, say you do win this fight, the winner actually getting Kimbo next. Is Kimbo a fight that you're looking forward to, or would you rather get closer to a title?
I don't really worry about that part of the game. I mean, I think all of the heavyweights in the heavyweight division right now in Bellator, they're kind of wanting to see what's going on with the title because, of course, Minikov hasn't fought for us in a while. So everybody's just kind of trying to figure out what's going to go on. Right now, I think winning this fight, it's just going to move me closer to the title spot. I don't know the deal with Kimbo. Kimbo's a good friend of mine. I'm not going to call the guy out. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I know that Scott has some plans or there's some talks about some different things. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm willing to do whatever fight is needed. I mean, there's still Congo out there. There's still Volkov out there, and there's still Minikov out there. So whoever comes, we're ready for it.
So if they offer you the Kimbo fight, then you would take it?
Yeah, Kimbo's a good friend of mine. That's something that we have to sit down and talk about.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, I just want to take this time again to thank all the fighters and the media for joining us on this call today. Bellator 145 with a Vengeance, again, is only 8 days away. You can catch it live and free on Spike at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Thank you again for your time, and have a great day.
That concludes today's conference call. You may now disconnect your line.